Armenia shows off French-supplied Caesar artillery. French-supplied Caesar self-propelled artillery systems appeared publicly for the first time in Armenia during rehearsals for the country's Republic Day parade scheduled for May 28 in central Yerevan, signaling a concrete and visible shift in Armenian military hardware away from its traditional Russian origin inventory. Armenian Prime Minister Minister Pashinyan had previously announced that the government would showcase military equipment acquired during his tenure at the May 28 event, describing it explicitly as a report to citizens on his administration's defense reforms, according to Armenpress, Armenia's state news agency. The Caesar systems visible during parade rehearsals are among the most significant Western weapons Armenia has received in recent years, and their public display carries both military and political meaning in a country that has been rapidly reorienting its defense relationships following the catastrophic loss of Nagorno-Karabakh in 2023. The Caesar, which stands for Camion Équipe d'un Système d'Artillerie, is a French-developed 155mm self-propelled wheeled howitzer produced by Next and now part of the KNDS group, mounted on a truck chassis rather than a tracked platform. The Caesar combines strategic mobility. It can be transported by air and deployed rapidly over road networks with the firepower of a conventional heavy artillery piece. The system fires standard NATO 155mm ammunition to ranges exceeding 40 kilometers with extended range munitions, and its wheeled configuration allows it to reposition quickly after firing, reducing vulnerability to counter-battery fire. The Caesar has seen extensive operational use with the French army in Afghanistan, Mali, Iraq, and other theaters, and France has supplied the system to Denmark, Morocco, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, and Ukraine, among other customers. Its appearance in Armenian service marks a meaningful step in the country's transition toward NATO standard artillery calibers and the Western logistics and training ecosystems that accompany them. Armenia's pivot toward Western defense suppliers has accelerated dramatically since September 2023, when Azerbaijani forces retook Nagorno-Karabakh in a 24-hour military operation that the Armenian military was unable to contest effectively. The operation exposed the limitations of Armenia's Russian-supplied military equipment and, more fundamentally, the collapse of the security relationship with Moscow that Yerevan had relied upon for decades. Russia, Armenia's nominal ally through the Collective Security Treaty Organization, provided no meaningful military assistance during the crisis, and the Armenian government subsequently announced its suspension of participation in CSTO activities. That political rupture opened the door to defense cooperation with France, the European Union, and other Western partners that would have been difficult to pursue while the Russian security relationship remained operative. The French government's decision to supply Caesar systems to Armenia is politically significant given the system's prominence in Ukraine, where it has been used extensively against Russian forces and has become one of the most recognizable symbols of Western artillery support for Kyiv. Supplying the same system to Armenia, which borders Azerbaijan and sits at the intersection of Russian, Turkish, and Iranian strategic interests, is a statement about the depth of France's commitment to Armenian defense capacity building that goes beyond the technical specifications of the weapon itself. The specific quantities of Caesar systems delivered to Armenia have not been confirmed in the available source material, and the full scope of French military deliveries to Yerevan remains only partially public.